I'm Richard from Roll20. I'm here with Keith. Do you want to say your last name?
Sure, my name is Keith Reinig.
Keith's one of our mentors. And Keith, tell me, how long have you been playing RPGs?
Let's see, I started with the old D&D Red Box when I was in the 5th grade. So, let's see, I was 10, so it would have been 83.
Nice.
So, yeah, long time, 30 years. So, I went a couple years where I didn't play anything, and it was gruesome. And then, what do you think about that? Maybe 6 months, during another move. My father was in the Air Force, so we moved around a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I've been playing pretty much the whole time. My regular gaming group is 20. We've been doing it for 20 years.
Wow. So. Has it always been D&D, or is there... I know we're going to be playing a board game, but is there any other...
Oh, no, let's see. I started with D&D, and then we played Vampire, the Masquerade back in the day, and all of its various ones. So we played some really great games. Trinity from White Wolf is another White Wolf game, kind of a superhero game. Played Champions, and then I've played a couple.
Did you ever do any
games,
ward gaming?
Wargaming?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like tabletop wargaming.
Yeah, like I never got into like the actual war game. Like I remember, I was at Gen Con. I remember seeing like people like doing like airship battles with their miniatures. I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world.
Well, I'll tell you what. I played Warhammer 40,000 for a long, long time, and I kind of got out of it. And I still have all my stuff. And my oldest son is 11. And it's time, and he wants to start playing it.
It is time.
So I'm probably going to get back into it. Yeah, exactly. But as far as like tabletop war games, BattleTech, played a lot of BattleTech when I was young, and then at last Gen Con, I got into Leviathans, which is Catalyst Games' new. The concept would be like flying battleships during World War I.
Oh, wow.
They came up with some backstory about how some super genius found this chemical that if you pass an electric current through it, it lifts. It causes lift.
Oh, okay.
And so the ships look like battleships.
Oh,
they look like big metal Leviathans is what the game is called.
Yeah.
And I actually have a very successful port of that to Roll20. I play it with my brother. So actually it works pretty well. And it has custom dice, so it's always been difficult to play with the dice roller, but with the new die tables that are coming out, it's going to be all awesome. Yeah, I'm stoked about that.
Awesome.
So, and I got to say, because the people that I want to game with, they live in Florida, Alabama, Kentucky. I live in Ohio.
Yeah.
You live in the Washington, D.C. area, right?
DC,
Riley lives in Kansas. Nolan lives in
Vegas.
Exactly. You got to spread out. Every time I approach a new game, board game, war game, whatever, I look at it and I go, how hard would that be to port to Roll20 so I can play with my buddies? That is really colored me. And there are games where I'm like, this is really sweet, but
it's too much.
I remember it's too much work. I remember how much work it was to do Arkham Horror. And it's like, wow, that was a lot of work.
How long have you been using Roll20?
I found Roll20 when you guys weren't even in open beta. I missed the Kickstarter by about 2 days.
Oh, that's okay. And
we were at the time using one of your competitor products, and I had thought we were going to be there for a while. We play my regular Sunday group. What we'd normally be doing at this time is playing first edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
We were using this other tabletop, and it was working okay, but it ran in Silverlight, and I really didn't like it. And then I saw this Kickstarter with the little video. I don't remember where I saw it, and I'm like, wow. And I sent the video to my buddy Jim, and I'm like, this is how tabletops should be. And then you guys went into closed beta, and I was sending emails like, come on, let me in your beta. I got some really great ideas.
Honestly, it was the, we had planned originally, I probably shouldn't say this, we had planned originally being closed beta for like 6 months after the Kickstarter. We were going to because it blew, we made way more money than we thought we were going to make. So we were going to put all this time into it. But the amount of people that were said banging down the door, let us play, we missed Kickstarter, let's play. So, yeah, we had closed beta in like a month. And then opened.
So we went, as soon as the open beta opened, not the first week, but the next weekend, we moved our first edition D&D game to that, and we haven't looked back.
Nice.
Now, I got to say, we don't necessarily take advantage of all the new features that are coming out.
Right.
Because really all we need is a map and a grid position. But I look at it now where I'm like, I can replace my battle map with this. You know, I got a Sunday game, and then I have a Thursday round the table 4th edition D&D game that I play with my regular game group.
Right.
And we're moving into the next module in the series. We're running the 4th edition H1 P1 through 3 series of the Keep on the Shadowfell, and we're
Thunderspire.
We're moving up. Yeah. We're running that module, and we take turns DMing them, so nobody gets DM burnout. And it's my turn coming into the rotation for whichever the one has all the drow in it. And I just told them, I'm like, guys, I'm tired of making and printing out maps on the full core printer at work.
Yeah.
And I said, we're just going to do this all in Roll20. And they're like, real? What? I'm like, no, we can still sit around the table. We don't have a camera or nothing, but every one of you has a 10-inch tablet that works pretty well on Roll20, or bring your laptop, or I'll just hook up a big screen and I'll control it. I don't care. I'm just tired of doing battle maps. Plus, I don't have to clean off the table at the end of the night. You just throw it away. So the wife's like, gets mad because you leave all your toys out on the table. That's what she said. Don't put your army men away. That's what she tells me. So
that's awesome.
So we're going to be porting even our tabletop game to Roll20, which then, of course, expands our options. One of my buddies is like, hey, my really good friend lives in St. Louis, and he'd like to game with us on Thursdays. I'm like, hell yeah, bring him along. What the hell?
Yeah.
So it really has been an empowering thing for us, not just to reconnect with the people that that I've talked to before in the past and get to play with my old buddies, but it's allowing me to bring on new people.
Yeah. Okay. What is it about? Why do you support Roll20?
Well,
I guess you already kind of went in depth about all the.
No. I'll tell you exactly why. Okay. I've got two reasons. The first reason being that this is the gaming group that I game with on Sundays. My gaming group for my youth, and it has allowed me to play games with them again. And I missed those guys a lot, and I didn't realize how much until I started playing with them again. But and then, like I said, there were other tabletops out there we were using, but it was just the game was so bad on them that there were a couple times where I'm like, I'm not coming back to this anymore. Maybe technology will catch up, and then it did. The other reason I think I support it is probably I have a small amount of madness about this kind of stuff because I'm a software engineer by heart, and so I look at this work, and I don't know how to do what Riley's doing. I'm not big on web development, but I look at it and I look at the work that he puts in, and I look at how hard it is, because some of the stuff that he's doing is hard. And people think it's easy, and I'm like, this is not easy. That shit's hard. And so I'm like, he's got to feel some love. And so I bought my Mentor account the day they became available. Day subscriptions came available. I bought one.
I know.
I bought one, and because I wanted to support you guys. I also felt bad I missed the Kickstarter. I just wanted to support the community. I don't want this tool to go away. I want it to always be there. I want it to get bigger, and the only way I know how to do that is to help out.
Now that you gushed over us, what is the one thing about Roll20 you do not like, or you wish that we had that would just be like, this is perfect?
Okay, I thought about it. I knew this question was coming, and I thought about it. And it's actually hard because you haven't added a feature that I don't like. It's not really missing anything. I would say that the one thing that I really wish would come back through the development cycle would be the decks.
The card decks, okay.
The card decks. And it's not that they don't work. They work great. It's just that there are some things that if you want to enable games that use decks, you need to be able to do certain things, like search through the deck for a card. You can't play Magic. You can't play. There are certain things in Arkham Horror that make that really difficult if you need to find a specific card in the deck. Some of the mechanics, it'd be nice if I didn't have to hold the Alt or Shift, cause a card to go to the table face down. If you could just say, this deck deals face down, and when you drag them off there, it's face down automatically.
Right.
There's all kinds of cool stuff. Peeking at a card, so somebody can right-click on the card and say peek or whatever, and they can peek at the top card in the deck. These are some of the things that would be really great.
Okay. Last question. What are we playing today? So let's talk about Arkham Horror.
Okay, well, Arkham Horror is a board game, and it's got a Lovecraftian theme to it. It's all Cthulhu monsters and stuff from the Cthulhu mythos. So what you get is what is it? Investigators, and they have different roles in life. You know, there's a private eye, the dilettante, the professor, the researcher, the doctor, all kinds of salesmen. They're regular people, and they're trying to stop one of the great old ones. For those of you not familiar with the Cthulhu myth, the great old ones would be like Cthulhu himself, or they have great names: Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, Shub-Niggurath, Yog-Sothoth. You know, I mean, these really great names. So there's a great old one trying to break through and get into Arkham, and then badness happens. Like, as the Thoth shows up, the world just ends. So you're trying to defeat him by closing the gates into the other dimensions, fighting off the monsters, that kind of things. And so there's various ways to win the game. But never have I played a board game that has a phase in it that elicits dread. And the Mythos phase, which is where you're deserving, where the next gate opens and the next monster comes out, is actually a dreadful time. You know, you're looking at it, you're like, I got to flip over one of these cards and do what it says. So,
all right. Did you move, Noel?
yes.
All right, Richard.
What if I want to kill these monsters over here in the?
I think you should probably check on what the Goth can do, or the Dark Young can do, before you make that decision. Now, see, that Dark Young is badass, dude.
That work when I brought it up and hit show the players. Can you guys see it now? Okay.
Yeah. We're looking at it. That is tough. I don't know. It's up to you all. Whether you want to fight.
And I can use my. I have a couple pretty badass items.
The physical resistance means that your items dice are cut in half.
Yeah. You're going to lose one sanity. You're probably going to lose 3 sanity. You're going to lose 1 for sure. And your gun and your whip mean nothing.
But I have.
Well, they're half. They're half because it's resistant, not immune.
Oh, not immunity. It's halved. That's right.
But I also have a Sword of Glory. Magical item.
Nice. That'll do it.
Yeah, that does make a lot of difference.
Alright, let's do that then. I'm going to move to the Merchant District.
Okay, so now, what order do you want to fight him in?
I'll do the Dark Young first.
Okay, so you need to make a sanity check at -1.
Bonk.
Nope. 3 sanity. Down the tube.
Ouch.
Alright.
You only have 3.
I only have 3, yeah.
So you just went insane. Why don't I give you do you have a clue token?
Yeah,
You got
5.
Spend the clue token,
Okay.
since you're carrying an Elder Sign anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So 1d6.
Because you're going to lose all the clue tokens anyway if you go insane, so
Yep. All right.
you might as well use them.
Spend another one. We'll just keep track. All right. Now, if I give him a reroll, he gets 5 dice.
Correct.
So why don't you use my reroll? So roll 5d6. There we go.
There we go.
Still only fucking got 1.
So you spent 2 clue tokens.
Alright, geez, bullshit. Okay, get on that.
All right. So now you need to do a fight -1, and you need 3 successes.
Okay, so fight minus. So my fight is. Okay. 2, 1. But I got plus, so I get half over my
Well, you're gonna break out that sword, right?
physical items.
Is
Yeah,
the
but
sword a 2-handed or a 1-handed weapon?
2-handed.
Okay, so you can't it's the only thing you can use.
Okay, so it's then I have 8 then.
So 8 -1,
Right. Yeah.
7.
I need 3 successes.
Yes. Good luck.
Use
1, 2. Start
Yes.
spending those last clue tokens.
Yep.
So you got 3 left.
Oh, 2 left.
No. 1 more. Oh,
Oh no.
it's down to this. He'll survive.
I'm gonna murder Rowdy in his sleep.
Oh, all right. You take You take 3 damage. You're
I need to get rid of all of my fucking
You're
clue
cooked
tokens.
out.
Yeah.
well,
Ouch.
and now you need to fight him again or evade him.
Too late for that.
Yep. Too late for that. That's right.
That's balls.
So now you get 5 dice.
It's too cocky. I was too cocky.
He gets,
Oh no, it was 7 dice. That's right.
yeah, he got 7.
That's
You get 7 dice.
I don't have to do the sanity thing again?
No, sanity check once at the beginning of the fight,
Thank God. Okay.
and then you fight till somebody's dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Nope.
Balls.
Take 3 more.
Okay, so I got one more. So one more opportunity, right?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Nope. All right. So you are now in the hospital with 1 stamina and 1 sanity, and whatever sanity you had,
Okay.
and you lose half your items.
Does include spells.
It does include spells, yeah, but not your. Don't lose the elder sign.
I'm gonna lose the lore.
What's that silver key do? I can't click on it without one thing.
Puts 1 stamina from the bank on the silver key before you can
Oh
pass it
wow.
or something.
Okay, see, so what could have happened is you could have said, I'm gonna lose 1 stamina, and I'm gonna use my silver key and automatically have evaded him.
Oh, well, great. Don't need that now.
But if that's the case, and you're going to be using that Sword of Glory, is it better than your pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem you run into is if you run into a creature that's magically immune, like a warlock.
Yeah.
There aren't very many that have the physical resistance, that have the magic resistance.
All right.
I'd consider losing the pistol and the whip.
Trade spells?
No, spells you might be able to. I don't
I
know.
have a spell that makes not a regular spell.
All right. I don't like this game.